Happy Tuesday. Good to see many of you again, hopefully. Let's see, we're on a 4-day streak here. I saw people Friday at Crop for Grain Gold and Saturday at Crop for Grain Gold. Oh, Croptoberfest started Sunday, but I didn't see anyone there. So, and then we had a Zoom crop in Croptoberfest last night, and now here we are live. And we have big news to share. So hopefully everyone will be hopping on. Those of you who maybe are just hopping on for the Grain Gold announcement, and maybe you don't normally get on lives, might be news to you that if you just comment, you'll be entered to win $10 in CM credits. So make sure you say hi in the chat. And hi, Katie, Susan, and Lori. Thanks for hopping on. So if you're watching, make sure you say hi. Tell us where you're watching from. And that way you'll be entered to win. Now, it is an in the feed drawing, so you do want to be here to find out if your name is called, and that will be later on this evening. Aloha and hello. Good to see all of these scrappy friends in the chat. All right, so again, in the feed drawing tonight, so you do need to be present to win. Of course, we're also giving away the Owl album for everyone that registered by October 1st for my Croptoberfest. Yes, yay, thanks, Katie. And speaking of Croptoberfest, so we have 35 ladies have registered either for the in-person or the virtual or both, which is very exciting. And so that top section, if you registered for a kit from me, either paper, digital, or card Croptoberfest kit, that's different than my regular monthly kit, then you have a page a day challenge. I have a little flyer up here. So someone win a $100 gift certificate, a Zoom crop, which we had last night, a Going Gone gazebo sale. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat all of a sudden. A Zoom crop on the 20th, a special trick or treat with me. So you'll be trick or treating for goodies. And then if you don't want to participate in all that, then of course we have an in-person event on the 20th and 21st. And that is at Westminster by the Sea. And that's going to be so much fun. I'll be making my famous chicken chili for sure. And then, of course, we have a Wine Not West event, a laptop crop for digital scrapbookers. And then, but not necessarily for digital scrapbookers. We had people last time that just kind of had their phones or their iPads and they were just cleaning up photos. So you're welcome to do that. You don't have to be a digital scrapbooker, but you might have some digital things to do because most people are using their phones as their cameras these days. And then, of course, we have on October 30th, a mini card class at Wine Not West, and you'll make 3 adorable either Halloween or Croptoberfest themed cards. And then on the 31st, we will wrap up the month with my monthly card class, which, okay, last week I had the cards I made. They were here in the studio a whole week, and a whole crop with 40 something women happened in between there. So I have no idea where my October cards went. But I'll show you a picture of them in just a second. And so I'll be putting those kits together and we will wrap up the whole month, 31 days of scrappy fun with my regular card class. If you're on subscription, you'll get that kit automatically. If you're not on subscription, then you can get on subscription for $25 a month and cancel anytime. You can do that on my website at DaytonaAreaScrapbooking.com. Or if you just want to buy this one kit, it's $30. You can buy the one kit and do it with us on the 31st. All right. And now let us pick the winner of the Owl album. And hello to Deb. Are you in Florida? Did you make it back safe? Hopefully you did. Hopefully there was a package waiting for you. Hi, Faith. All right, so I am going to draw the winner of the everyone registered for Croptoberfest. And let's see who our lucky winner is. Make sure the sound is up. All right, let me shuffle these slices. You see how I do that? Shuffle slices. Good, and going to spin. Margie, congratulations, Margie. Now, I don't think she's on, and I know primarily she's a digital scrapbooker. So I will check with Margie, and if she does not want to take ownership or have someone she wants to give this album to, then I will draw for another winner. But that'll be at a later date. So congratulations to Margie if she's watching or if she sees this, and I'll post it in our Croptoberfest group. All right, so next week is tool time with Tara, and these will be the tools that I'll be using. 2 fun tools for the custom cutting system. One is a bring back, bring back from 2010. I'm laughing at Audrey's comment. I thought he calls you Marge. He calls you Margie. So that's a bring back from 2010, and you see they flip-flopped it. So we are going to have so much fun with these templates next week. And then the following week, this is kind of a switch up. So it was going to be another design along, which I love to do. And so many of you have told me that you learn so much just by watching a design along. But I have recently gotten a ton of questions about which digital program is right for them and comparing the 3 different programs that I use. So I primarily use Artisan 6, but those of you that were using Heritage Makers, now they have something called YPhoto. So some of you have points still wrapped up in that. So we're going to go over that. And then also Creative Memories. Then they don't publish like hardcover books, but they do publish custom pages and custom cover sets. And I've gone over those before, but this is going to be a nice comparison of all 3 in one Techie Tuesday. Great, Dottie. I'm glad you're on YouTube. A comparison of all 3 so that people can see what option, like what they want to accomplish. Maybe you don't want to make digital books, but maybe you just want to make a digital album for your traditional pages. So we'll go over all that good stuff. Then October 24th, we have Let's Talk About It. And our special guest will be Lori from Maryland. Longtime Scrappy friend, and she is another person that works full time and completes a ton of scrapbook pages. So you will want to tune in and hear how she gets it all done. Whoops, I think I just flew by. Yep. I did already mention this, but there's a laptop crop, and you can register on my website. At Why Not West in Ormond Beach. That's a Thursday, August 26th. And then Monday will be a mini card class on October 30th at 6 p.m. And then the card class, here are the pictures of the cards that we'll be making in October. Of course, they have the owl theme, goes along with our Croptoberfest owl. And so that owl punch is sold out at Creative Memories, but I still have 2. So if there's someone watching, if you want one of those owl punches, you can put it right in the chat and I will set one aside for you. They're $24.50. They're sold out on CM. If no one here in the chat wants them, I'll for sure serve them up during my Going Gone gazebo. Oh, Lori, you want one? Okay. Okay. Lori and Debbie, you got it. Let me make myself a note. It is so cute. You will love them. And all right, so there went those. But yes, this theme is super fun this year, and we look forward to making these cards and playing with all the owls this month. Okay, there's a promo going on right now at Creative Memories. You get an exclusive sketchbook, like the sketches that I post for my page a day challenges and Creative Memories does for the virtual crops. And you get a color wheel keychain free with a qualifying order. And that qualifying order is $100. If you spend that on my website, you will get those items free as part of Creative Memories birthday celebration. And you'll also get $10 in CM credits from me, and you'll get those before the next launch. So they do expire in 31 days, so I don't want to send them to you immediately. I know a couple of you have already ordered. I won't send them to you immediately. I'll wait till before the Friday when they announce another launch, and I'll put them in your account so that you have them to use 30 days from that. All right. So, and this only counts on orders through my website. So, not through orders that you place specifically from me, because Creative Memories fulfills these, and there are limits. So, so you need to place that order yourself. All righty. Let's see. Oh, and now for the big reveal we're all waiting for. Oh, goodness. Some of our people in our picture are blocked. So get rid of the band, my brand right here. Let me get rid of my overlay. So that we can see everyone. Okay. So, you guys did awesome. I knew for sure, I could just feel it, that we were breaking our record that day, and we definitely did. With the cost of food, the food went up considerably at the VFW, but you know, because you shop in the grocery store and you know how much food goes up. So our expenses definitely went up. So I was really nervous that we weren't going to be able to pull off another record breaker, but we did. So 4405 is what we did this weekend, and that is in addition to the 4101 we did in May. So that's $8,500 from a very small group of women. You guys are amazing. And I still have one small shirt left. One small. So if there's anyone that would like a small shirt with the logo and the hands, I actually included it in the total as if I sold it, because I have all confidence that somebody out there is going to want a small shirt. So if you want one, let me know and I will set it aside for you. So it is amazing when you consider $8,500, and then what we raised for the 18K. I had a fundraiser going out when we did the 18K at the beginning of September to kick off Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month. And so many of you donated to that. So we're nearing, $10,000 on the year. And so I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. And I know Kirsten does. I haven't seen her in the chat, but you know how much she appreciates all of you and your donations to the foundation, and all the ripple effects that your donations have in the community far and wide. So you guys are amazing, and I just want you to know that I appreciate you, and you affect the lives of many people through these crops. And with that, save the date for the next crop at the VFW. We'll be raising money for the VFW. This is our give back. Yes, we do pay to be there for our crops all year, but they have expenses too, and they meet the needs of veterans throughout the year. So the money that we raise, they use for that. If somebody needs help, like paying their electric or something like that. So, so that will be January 19th and 20th at the VFW. And of course, it's not on my website yet, but keep those dates in your head. It's not Martin Luther King Day weekend. It's the weekend after. And I hope you all can be there, and we will just do it again. We're just forces in the community. You guys make me so proud. So thank you again for all that you do, for the donations, for the donations of items, the donations of money, bringing your smiles and your fun spirit and all of your lemon desserts and all the things. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And do spread the word about our total. Share that post. Actually, it's going to post to my Facebook after the project recipe, that total. And so you can share the heck out of it. And it has the website to cannonballs.org on it. And so people, some of your Facebook friends might decide to donate, and that would be great. All right. So many thanks. I know Dottie's watching on YouTube. So many thanks for those of you watching on YouTube. And thank you for subscribing. All right. And then just a reminder, don't forget to comment. If you're watching, make sure you comment. And if you like and you comment this post, comment on this post, the little bots will put your name into a drawing. And so right now we have 13 names in the drawing. So make sure you comment so you are entered to win. All right. Now, I think some of you might be it's not in the group, Dottie. It's right on Daytona Area Scrapbooking. So you should be able to get me. But because that's how everybody else is getting me. I think that some of you might be jumping off. You wanted to hear the announcement, and that's okay. Others of you wanted to see the project recipe, which is great, and that's what you're here for, especially if you ordered the paper kit. Now, some of you ordered it directly from me through my Croptoberfest event. Some of you ordered it right from Creative Memories, and so hopefully you have those supplies. Now, what's really funny is I have been advertising Project Recipe is tonight, and I was telling the ladies on Zoom that I actually, my past self, knew better than to do that. And it was actually on my website calendar as the 10th, because I knew people were probably going to sign up last weekend, and I would need time to get the supplies from Creative Memories into them. So there are a couple of you that I still owe the paper kit to, because I was thinking I had till the 10th. But I've been advertising on my lives that it was happening tonight. So to avoid confusion, I just went with that. However, I forgot that I gave away all the kits that I had. So I have no kit because mine is also coming from Creative Memories. You guys are used to this, but let me just tell you, after Friday, Saturday, Crop for Grand Gold, I had to drive my mom to Savannah and back on Sunday. And then Monday, last night, Zoom Crop. It's just been like one thing after another. So anyway, I'm going to use the accessory pack. And you know how I never like to use the paper that's really in the project recipe, because I love for you to see how you can use it for other things. In this case, I am going to use the Croptoberfest accessory paper, which is what I used to make the cards, and I had an extra one of those. So I'm going to use that pack, and the colors, of course, are all very similar. So I don't think you're going to get confused. And if you don't have the project recipe, because this is one that came with the kit, you can't sign up on my website and get the PDF of it. If you're in... So you can listen along, and of course I show the pages. The cuts are so minimal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cuts. That's it to make two two-page spreads. So we are going to fly through this. Yes, thank you, Katie. Yes, pivot, time to pivot. Sometimes sometimes it's a planned pivot. In this case, I knew I was pivoting. Yeah. Well, I just try to keep everybody on their toes, including myself. Sometimes my past self forgets to remind my current self plans that I made. I tried to, my past self tried to not make this super crazy for me. So here's our project recipe. It also, Creative Memories kept this project recipe very, very simple. And we will also be going through this project recipe at Croptoberfest in person. So you can do it with any paper there. You don't have to do it with the Croptoberfest, but I will have these sheets out and I will do like an in-person demo there. And so you can actually make two-page spreads with whatever paper you have at the in-person Croptoberfest. And of course you can do that right now as you follow me along. So what's nice is the colors are very similar in the papers, in the paper pack for project recipe and also this accessory pack. So I'm going to keep the colors the same since I'm playing with a different pack. This is white cardstock and navy cardstock, so I'm going to keep that the same. But there are 6 pieces of paper in this accessory pack. I will use all of them. And there are 6 pieces of paper in your project recipe, and you will use all of them. So all the paper gets used. Some of them are bases, so as your pages, and some of them are, some of them we're going to cut up. So we need a sheet of navy, a sheet of white, which is already here on my table. Okay. And then this might be the most confusing thing that I do. So this recipe calls for the tree paper. Looks like trees, but it has like a light blue theme or a light blue like tint to it. So I'm going to use this light blue paper for that one. And then there's this other paper that is called Owl Scene down here, and it has owls and trees, and in my pack it's just owls, even though there's trees on the back, and so I really could keep it the same. I'm going to keep it the blue, and I'm going to keep it the color the similar. So those are my cutting pieces. And then for spread 1, it's this caramel color is the background, and these sheets right here have the same color. It's a different pattern. So I'm going to use those for my backgrounds of spread 1. So if you're using the right thing, you've got the papers right in front of you and you can use that. And then for this, for the backgrounds of this one, it's this a blue paper. This looks like navy cardstock, but it's actually blue print, and the owls. So you can see how that is going to work. Okay. So, oh, you found us, Dottie. You could have stayed on Facebook. I mean, on YouTube. And then we've got these little, so these little embellishment packs are what I use to design the whole card kits. But I'm going to use them as my embellishments for here since I don't have my project recipe. I don't have the stickers. That those of you who do have the project recipe are going to see stickers. Okay, so that is that. Let me get these backgrounds out of the way. So the first one, designer print number 1. Oh, Dottie, I didn't think about that. You can't see all the Facebook comments when you're on YouTube. Yeah, I bet it was very lonely over there. So I'm glad you found your way here. All right, so this first one is the first cut, even though it's E, you're going to cut a 12 by 1.5. And the reason why I say that is because you don't want to cut straight down here because you're going to cut through that. So that would not be good. And it won't matter what's on the back. So that's the first thing, is 1.5 by 12. So my favorite trimmer in the world. We're going 1.5 by 12. So there's piece E. I know it's very strange. Then we're going to go 5 3/4. Now it's a little annoying that it's not 5.5 because then we could just go right to the edge. But it's 5 3/4. So we need to flip that out and go to the 3/4 line. And you notice how I switched it. So I did turn it because we cut off 1.5, and now we have to turn to cut this one here. So 5 3/4, we're going to cut right there. Then we're going to cut 5 3/4 again. So I told you that this project recipe, if you've never done them before, is a great one to start. There's hardly any cuts. That's going to leave us with this little piece, which is a 1/2 inch. And then we're going to cut it into 2 pieces, A and B. And those are 5 1/4. So we're just going to come to the 5 1/4 line and cut there. And since our piece was 10.5, we're good to go. All right, so that first piece is already cut. We've got 5 little pieces. I forgot about this when I was counting my cuts. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. That piece gets totally used. Now in the project recipes, when it has these little hash marks, that means that's not gonna get used. So we're gonna go to the white cardstock. Now for me, this is 5.5 by 10.5. Okay, I'm gonna cut the 10.5 first because I like to leave long strips in my scraps. So I don't like little chunks. So we're going to cut that 10.5 first. So come out to the 10.5. That's going to leave us a nice strip that we can use for other things. And it's so funny how whenever I put a white piece of paper down, my camera has a little bit of a heart attack. And so you notice that all got dark. It doesn't like the stark white paper. All right, so now we're going to come to 5.5 twice, and that's going to leave us with a nice chunk. Now, the design actually shows a full piece here because they have you cutting 5.5, 5.5, but it's a smaller, I guess, is it 1.5? No, because it's 5.5, 10, 10.5. I guess it is. It's just not to scale. All right, so 5.5. So we're going to come to the edge of the trimmer. And then 5.5 again. No, it's smaller. I can't add. Look at it's a little baby. So we've got 2 bigger strips-ish. We've got those 2 pieces, 10.5 by 5.5. And now we're going to cut the designer paper. So again, we're making 2 2-page spreads. So Lori, you can, since I've already started cutting, you can go back and watch again. You can order the project recipe through my site where you order for the in-person, and I'll send this to you. Or if you want to take advantage of the promo that's going on right now at Creative Memories, you can place your own order through the website and they'll ship it to you. Or you can just pick one up at the in-person and you can do it there. Because I'll have some extra of these there and you can do it there. But if you're able to follow along, and like I said, since I've already cut 2, you might want to go back and watch this again when I'm done, but you can follow along with hopefully what I say and the pictures here and the measurements, and piece it along with me after. Now things are going to get really dark here for a second because I'm going to try to trick that kind of worked and then it didn't. I'm trying to trick the lights. All right, so now we're going to do 5.5, 5.5, and then that'll leave us with a 1-inch strip. So I'm going to make sure that my owls are going the right way. So 5.5 and 5.5, and then that just leaves us the 1-inch strip. So easy, easy peasy. And then for the navy cardstock, see how nice, and then everything gets bright when I put the dark. Cameras and lights. These are for all 4x6. So since I'm gonna have to flip this out eventually, you know how I don't like flipping that out. We're gonna go to the 6-inch. And then I'm gonna stack those because it'll do 2 sheets. Ask me how I know. And then we're gonna go, because I make many a card kit every month for y'all. All right, and then we're gonna go to the 4 twice, and we've got our 6 mats. So all these are gonna be mats. And that is it, my friends. That is all the cutting that needs to get done. This is what I'm saying. This is super easy way to do 2 2-page spreads. And so this is one of those project recipes that is very versatile. You can use for a ton of things. And so save this one for sure. All right. So now we can get rid of the cutting guide. Hopefully my lighting will go back to normal. And we can put together spread 1. So if you've got the project recipe, we're going to go spread 1. We are going to use 2 sheets of the designer plaid. So if you have the kit, you're going to use the plaid. If not, I'm using these brown sheets. And if you're doing something else, just 2 for the base. Then, see, now you can see why I tried to keep the colors the same. So this is C. So it's yours might have trees on it, and the white. And then, so the white goes edge to edge here like this. So the white meets in the middle, and then we've got those. Now, these other little pieces of this paper get used on this other side. So you're just going to set that aside. You're going to set these aside to use on the next page. The only other thing we need, and this is where these project recipes, if you don't have pictures printed, can look a little sad, because that's it, ladies and gentlemen, if we have any watching. This is it, because you're going to use 6 5x3 photos right there. Whoops, what am I doing? Right across this middle part. So this is a great, I was thinking last night, because I'm working on our Ireland picture and our Ireland pictures, and I was thinking that this would be a great layout for that, because when you have a lot of landscape, because we've talked about before that so many people now are used to taking pictures like this. We used to old school take pictures like this all the time with cameras. So we needed layouts with lots of landscape. And now people kind of default to holding their phone like this and taking pictures. So we need a lot of portrait. So this project recipe is great, especially if you're working on old stuff, or in my case, I have a lot of beach pictures that I'm taking landscape. So they're great for, guess what? Landscape picture. Because we tend to turn our phone to get, as much as we can when we're at the beach or at the mountains or wherever. So that white piece goes right to the edge of your page. And then the light blue, in my case, it's this plaid. In your case, it might be trees. Or in someone else's case, if they're just playing along, it could be something completely different. And this is where I love to see what y'all make. And then we're going to add our mat. Now the project recipe has just 2 matted on this page. But so this page is done. And then we're going to come here and finish this one. So I'm going to start with the white. I was telling everyone last night on Zoom, I just noticed my wrist, and I don't know if you can really see it because this light is just horrendous right now. I don't know what's going on. See, when I put my arm down, it comes back up. You can see one of my red ant bites. Because of all this rain we're having, apparently the red ants took refuge in my mailbox, and I hadn't gotten the mail because of Crop for Grain Gold for a couple of days. So there's a lot of mail in there, and I pulled the mail out yesterday, and the red ants just went wild when I took the mail out. I got bit here. I got bit twice on the face. So kind of the side of my face that faces away from the camera at the beginning of the live, so you probably didn't even notice. But I'm sure I was out and about today, people were like, what happened to that lady? But it's just the fire ants. I mean, they're vicious. This one has like blistered up several times. So be careful. Yay, Pam, you made it. And Julie, hello. All right, so spread 1 is done. And I really wish that these lights would get themselves together. Maybe I'm just like blinded by the lights and it's not so dark for you, but I really feel like it gets dark whenever there's white here. I'm going to try to get over it. Okay, so spread 1 is done. And yeah, it looks like, wow, what did we even do? Because that wasn't hard at all. But now your page is ready. 6, 7, 8 pictures. You could also do something right there. And I was going to put on these embellishments, but I think I might wait until I know what I'm going to do with these. That's the base. You know, I keep these completed pages. People ask me all the time, what do I do with them? When you have these pages and you don't have pictures printed for them right away, I put them in the bags that the paper packs come in. Not that. Hello, that's 8 inches. I put them in these bags. A lot of you give them to me, which I love. I'll take them. But if you have them, they're a great way to store these. And you can throw a Post-it on it with, either throw the whole recipe in, or you can throw a Post-it that says what size photos you need, for each spread. All right, so spread 2, here we go. So this one kind of threw me when I was like first looking at it, honestly, when I was designing the digital templates, because those of you that ordered the Artisan 6 templates, I made these as templates, and I was like, what's going on here? I had to look at the letters. That's the clue. So this is like cut J and cut H, and this blue piece didn't have a cut. So that was my clue that it's actually the background. So this is the background of this page. And then the same thing over here. There's no letter. These trees are the background of this page. So when there's all these, like, there's, 3 strips on each one, I was like, well, what is a cut and what is not? And so now I know. So this piece is going to go over here. And this piece is going to go here. And then this little small strip is going to go on the end as the light side. And then this wider strip over here as the darker side. And then we have our mats. And one goes over here. And then we have these little guys And these are supposed to be notched. So like little banners. See the little banner edge? So I'm going to take my little micro tip scissors and I'm going to notch that. I like to keep my notches shallow. Gosh, every time I look at that, I think those nasty red ants. So then this is going to go down here, and this is going to go over here with the dark side up. All right, and now it is time to piece it together. So we did that. I mean, I can't believe how I felt like I talked a lot at the start of the show, with all the announcements, and it's not even 8, and we are done with 2 2-page spreads. So if you have been doing it along with me, and if you've been doing it with the project recipe or with just whatever other paper you have, I would love to see what you created, and you can post it in the comments when we're done, because I love to see what you all create. And I thought this matched everything so well. This is one of the many gifts that we've gotten over the years from Stacy and Tracy. And I thought, ooh, that'll match my owls perfectly. And those looks like I cut them off. Like I did a terrible job cutting. Goodness, I'm just trying to put them next to each other and thought, I don't know. Guess I was not cutting those right. All right, that's it. And then this little guy, this little friend, kind of overlaps the navy just a little bit. So it's the light side up on this side, and it's like that. And then on this side, we'll start with this outer edge. And the owls. And then this mat goes down here. And then this piece, we got the dark side up. So if you're doing this with other papers, you might even want to look at it as in like, oh, Jacqueline, I'm so sorry. Ugh. That is so terrible. But when do you go to the doctor? Thursday? Hopefully they can give you some relief. So over here, we're going to do 2 4x4s eventually. And then this is a great spot for a title or a journal. Yeah, that's what I remembered. I thought I had put that down. I will be praying for you. I'm so sorry. With all these owls, See, this one doesn't really have scream owls. In fact, you know, it's just like trees and stuff. This one has owls, so I am going to use some of these owl embellishments here on this page. This tree is pretty. I love these owls. These are the owls that are on the shirts that I made. I think they're these three. The three cutest. And in my opinion. So we'll put them over there. And there's some cute tags in here. This says, "What a hoot." This will be fun to use for, you know, Croptoberfest page. So since I don't have the stickers, I'm just kind of winging it with these. And that says, "All you need is love." And the shirt says, for Croptoberfest, it says, "All I need is all I need is pretty paper and my scrappy friends." Oh, goodness, Deb. It's kind of like what happened with Emma Jane, my daughter-in-law. I mean, she thought she had plantar fasciitis and was, you know, doing everything for that, and then had an MRI done and it was broken. So you know how I love to switch things over, turn things upside down. So that is, you know, I always like to play with that because we got some brown on brown here. Maybe that looks, oh, maybe I like that better. I think I like that better. Ties in with the blue. Oh, yeah, May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, 5 months. That must be the going time it takes to correct a misdiagnosis on your foot. Oh, that's terrible. All right, let's see. I'll put him over there. And now this is going to make me, I don't like when I have things the same, and the owl on the left side of the embellishment kind of just bothers me. So I'm going to trade places with this tree so that the owl is on the other side. Because they were both the owls were on the left side, and that just bugged me. But, you know, you guys know, especially if this is not your first time watching me, that I've got issues. That's all right. And this, it's all good, is owl good, is good too. I'm going to put that on. All right. And that is a wrap on 2 2-page spreads. That is the Croptoberfest project recipe. So really, really nice project recipe. Like I said, very versatile. You can use it for so many things. Obviously, pictures are going here. So you've got, again, on this 2-page spread, you got 4, at least 5, 6 if you follow the recipe and do 2 2x4s. But you could also do some circles, and then here is spread number 1. Oh, and immediately we went dark. So there's spread number 1, and I will slide spread number 1 underneath so it doesn't mess up our screen. And that is it. That is a wrap. for that project recipe. So again, I can't wait to see what you guys all do. And now let's see who our lucky winner is. I have a feeling we've had people coming in and out, so we might have to draw a couple times. And but we shall see. Let's get the right page up. Well, let's get me back. Looking disheveled as always. After I come back on camera, like, woo. Yes, this paper is super fun. And I've got my page a day challenge. Those of you that are signed up for the virtual Croptoberfest, so you bought a Croptoberfest paper card or digital kit from me on my website for $35, then you are in a special Facebook group, and there's a page a day challenge going on. You don't have to complete them day by day, but the challenge is to do 31 by the end of the month, and you'll get a ticket for every page you do for a $100 gift certificate. So, yes, Katie, I can't wait to see what you create. All right, let's get to the drawing. And let's see here. Let's see who our lucky winner is. Hopefully they're still with us. Dottie. Congratulations, Dottie. Are you still on? Yay, congratulations. So Faith, I think I said in the post, basically, because if you do two-page spreads tonight, you're just ahead for tomorrow if you're in the page a day challenge. So congratulations, Dottie. I will put $10 in CM credits into your CM account. So Faith, yeah. So if you did this project recipe with me tonight, then you can, which, and you're waiting for your paper, so you might not have, but if you did it with other paper, you're a day ahead, because day 4 will be the second spread. Hopefully that makes sense. You can text me if it doesn't. Well, that is it. Congratulations to Dottie, our winner tonight. Thank you all for being on. Again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all of the money that you helped us raise. So generous. And I said it this weekend. Our Scrappy community is so special, and I appreciate every single one of you. So I can't wait to do it all again with you in January for our community, but we have Croptoberfest, so I can't wait to have chicken chili with so many of you at the end of October. So if you have any questions about Croptoberfest and the private group and the virtual part and whatever, just message me or text me, and I will be happy to direct you in the right place. Well, that is all for tonight. Thank you, my Scrappy friends. I think we're good for this week. What's next? My birthday is Friday. But yeah, so I think we're good till next Tuesday. And those of you that are doing Croptoberfest, I will be seeing you in the group. All right. Well, thank you all for being on here tonight. Until I see you again, stay scrappy, my friends. Thank you, Faith. Bye-bye.